New unboxing. This is a package that I've been waiting for for almost a year as well. So this is the Analogue Pocket. Some sort of controversial project. This has been in and out of stock for a while now. I love the box. So you either love it or you either hate it because of the shortage and also the price range of this thing. So let's unbox this thing and take a look at it. So let's open it up from here. So this box is actually big, huh? Look at it comparing to the Switch Lite. I thought this box is really small. Looking at it in person, I think this one is really big. So here's a closer look at the box. Let's open. I thought it's gonna open from here, but apparently it opens from here. So here we go. Pocket. And here it is. This thing, I thought this thing's like as big as my Game Boy. I'm really surprised about the size of this thing. I thought this thing is really small. So let's compare it to the original Game Boy. So here's a Game Boy Color. Look at it, comparing to a Game Boy Color. So it's bigger than a Game Boy Color. Like from all the sizes, from width and height and width and everything. Pretty cool. Love the buttons on it so far. Really cool buttons. But let's start it. How do we start this thing? I think this button? Yes. And the cool thing about this is that it can play your original Game Boy. So you might ask yourself, why would I buy this? Is it the best thing? Comparing to like an emulator, for example, like a Miu Mini. So this is a Miu Mini Plus. And honestly, this is one of the best retro handheld I have. It plays up to PlayStation 1. It's pretty cool. But it doesn't play cartridges. So if I'm gonna recommend, do you go buy something like this or you buy something like this? Well, this is like more of an enthusiast device. You just put in your Game Boy cartridges like this. This is a Game Boy Advance cartridge. So this can play up to a Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance things. It cannot play to, I think, cannot play PlayStation 1 stuff. This can play PlayStation 1, Game Boy Advance, a lot of stuff. This one can also run emulation now, the Analogue Pocket. I honestly love the screen. The screen is very beautiful. But the main cool thing about it is that you can just plug in your Game Boy Advance games here and it can play it. I'm surprised and I'm also curious if it's possible to play fake Game Boy games. So I'm gonna put in some fake Game Boy games and see if this one can actually play it. Let's put in the Star Wars game. And it doesn't work. Quit. Confirm. Play cartridge again. Yes. Let's increase the volume. I mean, this beats like if you want to play your old games in a cool way, like putting in your cartridges. And honestly, they look better than they looked on the Game Boy, because the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance, which I initially had no backlight. Well, this one is cool. Let's play Master. This is better than I remember it on the Game Boy Advance. Super cool, and I think I can just do like this, quit the game. Now the moment of truth. Can this one play fake Game Boy Color games? So this is Pokemon Green, and Pokemon Green never came out anywhere in the world except in Japan. But this is clearly not a Japanese copy. It's a fake copy of Game Boy Color. Let's put this in. Play cartridge. Uh-oh. It doesn't read fake games. Let's try that again. Play cartridge. gave it a different error, but now the error is in white. Let's try one more time. Play cartridge again. Doesn't work.